Now, here's the first one. What's the problem? What is it that they want? Now, you might be scratching your head saying, Bob, wait a minute. I sell something very specific. I know what it is that they want. Let me push back a little bit. They may want what we offer, but they might not want the way we offer it. Here's another example. They may think that what we offer is what they want. They may hope that we can solve their problem, but it could turn out that the way we do it isn't the way they want it done. We want to discover really quickly what the problem is, or at least what they perceive the problem to be. Have you ever spent 10 minutes giving someone the wrong answer to a question that they didn't ask? We all have. So, all right. So the first thing is we want to get in their words, not ours, in their words, what is it that they want? Here's the second one. We want to find out, why does this problem exist? Where did it come from? Is it something that they just started dealing with? Is this an ongoing problem? Is this something that comes up again and again and again? When we think about this idea, why does this problem exist? When we start to ask them to give us an example, be a little bit more specific, really, how did we get here? What we're going to start to uncover is a lot about their process, their world, and how they see things. A couple of months ago, I was working with a copywriting company. This is a company that produces advertising for other companies. And they just brought in a new potential client. This was a big piece of business. This was a large national account that they were really excited to get started working with. And one of the things that we had just started working on is this concept right here, getting these 4 questions answered as quickly as possible. And they asked this nationwide account, how come you guys are looking for a new advertising company? Why do you need someone else to write different copy for what it is that you guys provide? Here's what they found out. That while this was a great opportunity on the surface, this particular company was burning through advertising firms at the rate of about every 6 to 9 months. It was kind of an industry secret that nobody really talked about. Everyone was embarrassed to lose such a big account, and they thought it was them. But just by asking a couple of questions, they found out that they were never happy with anything anyone had written. And as they dug deeper, they found out this national account, this piece of business that they really thought they wanted, was very slow on paying their bills, if ever. And the justification that, again, this national account came up with was they didn't do what they said they could do. They were never happy with anything anybody had written, and they were trying to sell a subpar product at a premium price. When we start to ask these questions, how did this problem exist? Is this something brand new? Can you give me an example? How did we get here? We're also going to start gathering information about what not to recommend. Have you ever made a suggestion that somebody said, yeah, we tried that, it didn't work? And as soon as that happens, we can get lumped into all the other people out there offering bad advice that they've wasted money on. Just by asking a couple of questions, we can avoid a lot of those pitfalls that other people fall into. All right, so the first question is, what's the problem? What is it that you want to be different? The second question is, how did this problem exist? Where did it come from? Here's number 3. Is this important enough to do something about? You can come up with different versions on how to ask these questions. Even if they have a really big problem, the problem exists because somebody else did something wrong. If we don't find out, is this important enough to do something about, we could end up wasting time with people that are never going to make a decision because they don't have a reason to. When we think about this idea, is it important enough to do something about? There's a lot of things that a lot of us would like to be different that we never do anything about, isn't it? And it's very easy to assume that they're talking to us about it because they want to do something different, when in fact, they could be talking to us about it simply because they want to complain about it. Even worse, we could go into a company, or we could talk to an individual assuming that they want to do something about this when in the list of priorities, it's number 12. And we're acting as though it were number 1 or 2. I can't tell you how many times I've had a chance to speak with somebody in sales that just can't figure out why this great opportunity, why this good fit prospect isn't moving forward. And they think that they're doing something wrong. Why won't this person call me back? Why aren't they getting back to me? Why haven't they responded to the bid or the proposal that I put together? And when we step back and we look at that, we start to realize that, hey, this might be the most important thing on our plate, but it might be number 10 or 12 on theirs. We all have problems that we're not doing something about. So we want to get to really quickly, is this something important enough to do something about? What happens if you do nothing?